Hello, this is Troy here, and welcome to this immersive online workshop brought to you by datascientist.com, in which I'm going to share with you 5 steps to a thriving data scientist career with absolutely more freedom, income, flexibility, independence, and fulfillment while working on projects and with clients you absolutely love, without leaving it to chance, taking way longer than necessary to achieve, or burning out ever again and feeling like your potential is being wasted. And all so that you can enjoy more free time with your loved ones, actualize your full potential, and live the flexible lifestyle you desire. And if this is your first time here, welcome. It's great to have you here. I believe that attention is one of the most valuable resources we have today. So please know that I do not take your time and presence here today lightly. And since we haven't met before, I'm going to share with you a quick introduction and some friendly disclaimers, and then we're just going to dive right in. And as for today's agenda, in the brief amount of time we have together, my goal is nothing except to leave you better in the following ways. I want to leave you with clarity and accurate direction where there was once overwhelm and confusion. I want to leave you with hope and pragmatic optimism where there was once despair and frustration. I want to leave you with a proven framework where there was once guesswork or average results, and I most definitely want to leave you with a lot more confidence and trust in your ability to grow on your own terms and have a thriving data science career. Okay, so let's do this. And as for who I am and why I'm sharing this, my name's Troy Sadowski, and I'm the founder of datascientist.com and the host of the LinkedIn group Data Scientists, with over 55,000 members and counting. And since 2009, I've been an independent data scientist working on engaging projects that I absolutely love. I helped many of my fellow data scientists as a mentor, and so that they too can have a thriving data scientist career with more freedom, flexibility, and fulfillment. Some of my own private clients include the National Cancer Institute, the European Agency for Safety and Health at Work, Royal University of Bhutan and Royal Thimphu College, the Ministry of Health of Bhutan, and more. Even though I'm originally from Australia, where I love spending a lot of time out on the water or in nature hiking, I love traveling to beautiful and remote places of the world, not for so much as a holiday, but to work while traveling. You see, I live a digital nomad lifestyle. As long as I have the internet and my laptop, I can work anywhere I choose. Because of this, I also spend a lot of time in Bhutan, which has been a huge source of inspiration for me. Bhutan is where I happen to be working on the government's Smart Nation initiatives. It is a beautiful country, full of beautiful people, and it is where I'm slowly but surely building a community of like-minded peers and data scientists who believe in the importance of a sustainable future and in working together to make it a reality. Throughout my career, I've been fortunate enough to have the amazing opportunity to present my work to some of the leading professionals in our field, including the former research emeritus of the Microsoft Research Silicon Valley Laboratory, Mr. Gordon Bell, who was gracious enough to sign my copy of the fourth paradigm and note me as the original data scientist. So, as for how this came to be, well, as much as I would love to tell you that I took the leap bravely and pursued my dreams of becoming an independent consultant, the truth is actually a lot messier and more childlike. Back in 2000, after leaving Australia, I was working at the Cambridge Science Park in the UK. There I was working with some of the leading scientific minds of the world, and it was actually my dream job. I thought I was on my way to actually make mega bucks, but then 9/11 happened and shook the world, and the company downsized. I found myself in the UK with my wife without a job or any stable income. And basically, it felt like suddenly getting thrown into the deep end of a cold swimming pool. I was not prepared at all. And given what I do, I'm much more comfortable just doing my thing in front of the computer versus being out in the world trying to sell myself to clients. But I had no choice. And I wish I had more time to prepare, but then again, we just do what we have to do. And by the time I'd gone back to business school, I was actually getting clients and had more income and flexibility, but still, something was missing. I felt deeply burned out and unfulfilled doing work that I felt had no meaning. Thankfully, it was my wife who insisted that I consider embracing meditation. And even though I resisted at first because I felt like teaching from people like Eckhart Tolle and Deepak Chopra were all naive and kind of woo-woo, I really badly wanted a better life. So I kept an open mind to learning new things and new ways of living, and which this ultimately led me on a journey of profound growth and awakening all the way to the mountains of Bhutan. And the life that I now have doing meaningful work and mentoring other data scientists so they too can enjoy the same. And that's how datascientist.com and Bhutan Data Scientists, my new company in Bhutan, and this workshop came to be. Now, I need to say that I'm not perfect. I don't want to be, actually. This version of me wasn't built overnight, and I'm still on my journey, learning and growing, and that's what I enjoy. But I feel freer, happier, healthier, and more fulfilled and grateful for my life and my family than ever before. And as long as you're a data scientist who is creative and conscious about leaving the world in a better shape than when you found it, this workshop is for you. And it's based on the same framework and systems that I've taught to data scientists one-on-one, and also to the heads of corporate R&D departments who want to manage their teams more effectively for bigger results. And in our brief time here, within the 5-step action plan, what I'm going to show you is the number one mindset shift that will empower you to win big and achieve your dreams as a human being and a professional working in this exciting field. I'm also going to show you 3 powerful data science perspectives that enable you to problem solve more quickly, productively, and with bigger results. I'm going to show you how to become a great and highly competent data scientist and stay at the cutting edge without having to spend extra years again at university or increasing your student debt. And I'm also going to show you the 3-step ascendancy model for becoming an independent data scientist and enjoying the life and career on your own terms as a digital nomad, even if you're just starting now. And if nothing else, I want to help you grow and fulfill your career potential. And my biggest promise to you is this 5-step action plan to a thriving data scientist career with more freedom, income, more flexibility, independence, and fulfillment while working with clients and on projects that you absolutely love. Without feeling like your potential is being wasted, without leaving it up to chance, without taking way longer than necessary or feeling like you're burning out ever again. And all I ask for you in return is I want you to act on what you learn here. I want you to implement. It really irks me when I see people that have the answers. They have the answers right in front of them, but they still continue to cling onto those problems and not solve them, but keep the problems and continually complain about them and use them as the same disempowering stories and limiting identities for months and months or even years. So I implore you to implement what you learn here. If that's a deal, let's keep going. Okay, so let's do this. Here are the 5 steps. Number 1, you have got to commit to a path of technical competence and self-actualization. What this means is you've got to shift your mindset to the one of forever learning. You've got to love learning, okay? You've got to look at every challenge as a learning opportunity and fall in love with the process. You need this. You absolutely need this because regardless of whether you are a data manager, a programmer, or entrepreneur, you have to be technically competent and always know what is going on in the world of data and technology. And in order to achieve that while being happy and fulfilled, you must embrace proven methods for becoming an effective speed learner and avoid being overwhelmed. This is why you must also go beyond committing to technical competence and prioritize self-actualization. The psychologist Abraham Maslow and his hierarchy of human needs explains what this is all about really well visually. All humans, have a variety of needs, starting from physiological needs, which is things like food, water, warmth. That's then followed by safety needs. Once those first level of needs are met, they move on to things like security and protection. Once those needs are met, it's followed by things like belongingness and love needs from significant others and family. Once those are being met, it's followed by esteem needs, which is gained from prestige and accomplishments. And finally, once those needs are met, we move into a place of self-actualization, which is all about achieving your deepest and most fulfilling creative potential. Now, sadly, we as data scientists are not taught the importance of this model in university or in our work life, even though it's so crucial, as I've seen and explained. And if you get it wrong, you will very likely end up stuck where the majority of data scientists are, which is generally at the two lower levels. It's an unfortunate reality that leads to burnout and a sense of alienation and loneliness and a lack of recognition and fulfillment. And sadly, it afflicts so many people, and they think that there's something wrong with them when there's actually nothing wrong with them. It's just that they have not been shown this model. However, when you get it right, your career progresses, your health and relationships improve, and you end up feeling a lot more accomplished and fulfilled. So once again, commit to a path of technical competence and self-actualization. Both are very, very important, and taken together will have a huge positive impact on your life. Now, here's a simple, powerful method that will help you fast-track yourself as a speed learner. And you can practice this immediately. To learn quickly and enjoyable, develop this mindset that will help you believe anything is possible. This is an iterative and agile approach that helps you to learn and move forward without burning out. Number one, get clear on the best possible outcome that you feel you can achieve by a required date and time. Secondly, take action on both learning and doing. About 20% learning, 80% doing, and set yourself a block of time to do that. So after that block of time is finished, ask yourself, will you now still reach the outcome by the required date and time? If yes, keep going. Set another block of time, take action, 20% learning, 80% doing. Step 3, ask yourself if you're going to reach the outcome by the required date and time. If yes, go back to step 2. Now, if at that step the answer is no, you feel like you're not going to reach the outcome by the required date and time, go back to step 1 and change the best possible outcome. Reduce it, make it easier, make it simpler, and that way you can continue to achieve an outcome by the required date and time. So that's it. When you get this right, the impact speaks for itself. When I shared this approach with the data scientists who attended my workshops in Bhutan, their productivity increased significantly, and they accomplished more with less. And when I took it to places in Australia, my clients reported more was being achieved with less feeling of burnout and a lot more fulfillment. And that's why you must commit to this. Now, step 2 of the 5 steps to a thriving data science career is you've got to align your career with your top strengths. Yes, of course, you should be open to knowing enough about everything in order to do your job, but you must avoid needing to know every single detail. The data science is huge. It's just like medical science, and it has its distinct areas of expertise. In medical science, we have dermatologists, we have orthodontists, we have epidemiologists, the list goes on. And as for us data scientists, we can also find our specialist field and focus on that, but not by abandoning all other knowledge. For this, we can use what I call the 3 illuminating perspectives of data science. We can use this as ways of looking at challenges and solutions with more clarity. The first is the physical perspective. At this perspective, we're thinking about hardware, storage devices, network cables, and IoT. physical machines and robotics. Some of us find this is the most interesting and part of being a data scientist. But even if you don't, you can still take on this perspective and look at hardware infrastructure. Is it CPU driven or GPU driven? Is it a file, a relational database, or Hadoop storage system? These are the aspects of the physical perspective. Next is the logical perspective. This is software. This is the transformational layer of data from one form to another through algorithmic process written by code. You can be Java, Python, C# coder. The list goes on. It doesn't matter which language, but if you find you love to program, then you may be seeing the majority of the world through the logical programmable perspective. Now, the third and final perspective is the visual perspective, also called the emotional perspective. This is basically all about those aha moments that occur when your data science findings are properly visually communicated. Insightful revelations, up or down trends, feelings of shock or awe or happiness, this is what your data findings must convey through the visual perspective. This is where the user experience designers, the data artists, and computer graphic designers and others, this is where they make data science tell a story. We as data scientists find frameworks like D3.js and tools like Tableau to help us make data beautiful and at the same time meaningful. Now, out of the three illuminating data science perspectives, the visual perspective is the most important one. And if you get this three perspective approach wrong, you will waste time working on things that aren't in your strength areas. Or worse, you will do good work, but ultimately it will go to waste if you're not able to transform the data in the right way or communicate the results through the visual representation with accuracy, and your career progress could really suffer. However, when you do it right, you will become a much better performer, and your ability to communicate the significance of your result will help you to get yourself noticed, recognized, and you will be more appreciated and therefore enjoy more opportunities. Things like higher income, more exciting projects to work on, and that will move you to a thriving data scientist career. And the impact of doing this is indisputable. Out of all the data scientists I've advised and mentored in Australia and Bhutan and through my online video and web conferencing, every single one who has gone through just this one step successfully has elevated his and her performance. The bottom line is the value and impact of aligning your career with your top strengths is immense. So commit to knowing yourself, knowing your favorite perspectives, and stepping outside of those favorite perspectives every now and then. Now on to step 3. The step 3 of the 5 steps to a thriving data scientist career is develop the right rituals for yourself. As an independent or even employed data scientist, you need to develop the right rituals for yourself to grow and thrive. During my time in Bhutan, I came across a saying, Li Na Yi Sun. It was written at the entrance of this beautiful temple sitting atop of a mountain. Li Na Yi Sun basically means body, speech, mind, all three together in harmony. And at the heart of this philosophy is the importance of developing and maintaining empowering rituals of body through proper eating and fitness, and empowering rituals of communication through truthful, honest speech, and empowering rituals of mind through meditation and clarity. Together, in harmony, this is the simple 3-part approach to a joyful life. And now, as a data scientist, the same principles of body, speech, and mind, all three in harmony together, also apply. Let me explain how. Number 1, you must ensure that your body of data is clean and healthy, not corrupt. Number 2, you must communicate the insights from the data truthfully and accurately. The data must be able to tell its story, be able to speak. Number 3, is you must approach your data with the right mindset, a clear, objective, and sharp mind. The beauty of rituals is that they become automatic and benefits are inbuilt. The fact is, when your rituals are working for you, you don't get stuck when shit happens, and it is much easier to keep going and work through the challenges that life throws at you. And if you get this wrong, you risk not just your very mental and physical health, but also your very performance as a data scientist, which will hold you back from consistently working on exciting projects. Without rituals, you inevitably get stuck in this "I'm getting ready to start" phase for so long that each day passes by without actually getting going, which can end up badly hurting you financially, resulting in stress, instability, and lack of full presence with your loved ones and family. It's not a great place to be at all. However, when you do get this right, it is much easier to recognize the patterns in your life that work or don't work, and your ability to be in a positive state of mind while being productive and landing clients you love consistently becomes the norm. A great article I read about this was called "Why Rituals Work," published in Scientific America. The article states that rituals can have a causal impact on people's thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. This has been true for me and also true for the data scientists I've advised and mentored. Rituals are a game changer. When done right and personalized to your own needs, rituals are fun, empowering, and effective. So commit to developing and embracing the right rituals for yourself. And that brings us to step 4 of 5, the 5 steps to a thriving data scientist career. Step 4 is you've got to surround yourself with like-minded mentors and peers. What this means is you actively seek out to find people that understand you and want to support you by sharing knowledge and experience. This is a great, fun, and effective way that helps you embrace cutting-edge advances and stay ahead of the game. In a Time magazine article, "Artificial Intelligence, the Future of Humankind," the introduction spoke about the birth of AI. It gave credit to Dartmouth College in the summer of 1956, where a small group of mathematicians and scientists met daily over a period of 6 weeks. The article states, and I quote, "The combination of today's computational power and the enormous storehouse of data that is the internet provide to be the catalyst to make the AI revolution move from theory to world-changing practice." The article goes on to explain that the gathering amounted to these extended brainstorming sessions, and they forego direct group research in favor of freewheeling discussion and debate. The group proposed to show that every aspect of learning or any other feature of intelligence can in principle be so precisely described that a machine can be made to simulate it. This was the birth of artificial intelligence as a term, and it is a great example that demonstrates the huge value of surrounding yourself with like-minded mentors and peers. And there are many, 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 many more. Now, if you get this wrong, you will waste so much time unnecessarily learning slowly and taking way longer than necessary to grow. However, when you get it right, learning becomes more fun, you share the journey with others on the same path as you, and your dream of a thriving data scientist career is realized much faster. So commit to creating or finding your ideal learning environment, online or in the real world, and commit to receiving support. And that brings us to the last step of the path to a thriving data scientist career. You have got to embrace self-reliant mindset, and you've got to be your own boss. You must aim for full independence. See, the thing is, quitting your job doesn't mean you will automatically become your own boss. There are 3 stages all data scientists go through: the aspiring, professional, and independent data scientists. This is why you must learn to start giving yourself orders and following through on them, executing them like there's nothing else, no other option. You must become your own best boss and concurrently become the best employee that you've ever witnessed. If you don't do this, you will let yourself down time and time again. You'll be disappointed that you're not doing what you want, and you will feel that you want to quit on yourself and find a better position, but you can't. Now, Tony Gaskins, a great motivational speaker, said, "If you don't build your dream, someone else will hire you to build theirs." Now, when you get this right, when you are your own boss, you find your sweet spot. You find yourself working on projects you want to work on. You set your own work schedule and work from any location in the world, and you get paid appropriately and even abundantly for doing what you love doing. And that, simply put, is how you create a thriving data scientist career. I am my own evidence of this, and what drove me is the deep belief that anything less than fully living in the now and creating your own future while celebrating the past, anything less than that is not what we're supposed to do. And to recap and summarize, here is what I propose to teach you today. I propose to teach you the number one mindset shift that will empower you to win big and achieve your dreams as a human being and a professional working in this exciting field. And that is the mindset of committing to both technical competence and self-actualization. I promise to teach you the 3 powerful, illuminating data science perspectives that enable you to problem solve more quickly, productively, and with bigger results. And those perspectives are the physical perspective, the logical perspective, and the visual perspective. I promise to teach you how to become a great and highly competent data scientist and stay at the cutting edge without spending years again at university or increasing your student debt. And this is by finding like-minded peers and mentors. And lastly, I promise to teach you the 3-step ascendancy model for rising from aspiring to a professional to an independent data scientist and enjoying life on your own terms, even if you're just starting now. And once again, in return, I want you to act on these new learnings and implement. Implement, implement, implement. Now, since I realized that it can be a challenge for some data scientists to implement this 5-step strategy on their own, I offer special, personalized one-on-one mentorship calls for clarity and career guidance. You see, I see so many data scientists that are following a path that I've been down. That's why I offer this one-on-one clarity call and career consultation without any tuition costs at all, as long as you meet these following strict criteria. You must be an employed or self-employed data scientist. You must be eager to want out of your current reality ASAP. And you must have a positive attitude and a deep desire for truth. You must have an adventurous spirit and a desire for community. And finally, you must be committed to your success and growth. Given how large my LinkedIn group is with over 55,000 members, I have to limit these one-on-one call booking slots. So act right now to secure yours. And book your call at www.datascientist.com/apply. And I look forward to helping you get a place of empowering clarity and providing you with a clear, personalized action plan to a thriving data scientist career. My name is Troy Sadowski. Book your call now, and I'll talk to you soon.